This question here says consider the series. We have 1 over 1 times 2 plus 1 over 2 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 4 plus 1 over t 4 times 5. Determine the following in the form of A over B. Now, looking at this one over here, we understand that this is my T1, this is my T2, this is my T3, this is my T4. Okay? Now, since they want it in this format, we can simplify each and every one of this. For T1, it is 1 over 1 times 2, which is 1 over 2. That's my first term. This is 2 times 3, that's 1 over 6, second term. 3 times 4 is 12, so it's 1 over 12. And finally, this one here is 1 over 20. Okay. Now, they asked us what is S2. S2 is the addition of the first term and the second term. So literally, I'm saying 1 over 2 plus 1 over 6. And that will give me 1 over 2 plus 1 over 6. That's 2 over 3. So we can say S2 is 2 over 3. Now for S3, S3 is T1 plus T2 plus T3. But as you know, T1 plus T2 is S2 like we have here. So literally I could say this is the same thing as saying S2 plus T3, which as you know, will give you 2 over 3 plus the third term here is 1 over 12. Okay, so I'm taking 2 over 3, I'm adding it to 1 over 12, and that will give me 3 over 4. Okay, so S3 is 3 over 4. Then we look at S4. Now in the same vein, we could also say that this is the same thing as saying S3 plus T4, which as you know, S3 is 3 over 4, S4 is 1 over 20. Adding those two, I add this answer plus 1 over 20 is going to give 4 over 5. So we have S4 to be 4 over 5. Now, the question now says hence. Hence means continue from the previous stuff that we've done. Determine Sn. Now, we will notice a particular trend in this question. For S2, you had 2 over 3. S3 was 3 over 4. S4 was 4 over 5. So we can kind of see the same value that you have connected to your S is always the numerator over there. So as you see 3 here, 3 is the numerator there. You have 4 there, 4 is the numerator over there. And the denominator is you adding the numerator plus 1. So this is the same thing as saying 2 over 2 plus 1. The same thing as saying 3 over 3 plus 1. This also is the same thing as saying 4 over 4 plus 1. So if I'm saying that for this question, I could just say this is the same thing as just saying n over n plus 1 because I have n there, so I have n in my numerator and over n plus 1. That's all. And now they said this, Tn is 1 over 2015 times 2016, determine Sn. So from this one here, if you go back to the top, you cannot see that for T1 we had 1 times 2, T2 is 2 times 3, T3 is 3 times 4, T4 is 4 times 5. So if this is Tn is 1 over 205 times 206, we understand that this will come from T205, right? And if you are getting the value for T, if you're getting the sum for this, which will be the S of 2015, which means that your final answer will just be 2015 over 2016, as you know. That's the formula there, n over n plus 1. That's it.